My name is Mwangi. I serve as the Executive Director at the Kenya Women Parliamentary Association, KEWOPA, which is an association that brings together the women parliamentarians drawn from both houses of parliament. That's the National Assembly and the Senate. I attended the SDG Champions training in Copenhagen in 2021, and my policy goal was to accelerate gender equality, but mainly through ensuring that the women politicians are participating more effectively. And the main activity was policy advocacy. And since then, we've been able to advocate for different policies to accelerate SDG 5, which is gender equality. The first one, which has been very critical for women political participation in Kenya, is the 2/3 gender rule. It's still not yet been implemented, but we have been able to, since we came back from Copenhagen, the cabinet secretary was able to bring together a number of actors to form the multi-sector working group, which came up with proposals on how to implement the 2/3, and it was laid in Parliament. And as KEWOPA, we've been able to push forward for it to be the paper to be laid, which was laid by the Justice, Legal and Affairs Committee Chair in the National Assembly earlier this year. And we are hoping that the bills will be laid at some point. We've been trying to lobby from behind the scenes, because a lot of this work, because especially when it's a political process, you need to lobby from within, from above, from the political spaces. And so as the women parliamentarians, we've been lobbying for the enactment of the 2/3, and we are hoping that it will be enacted before the next general election. Beyond that, we've been able, in the last 2 years, we've been able to advocate for gender responsive budgeting. You realize in the last 2 years, it's during the finance bill processes, there has been a lot of agitation from Kenyans, and so one of the things that we have been doing is looking at the budget from a gender lens, and the women parliamentarians have been able to push for key budgetary allocations towards health, towards sanitary towels and other gender related items within the budget, especially last year and this year. And so these are some of the successes that we've been able to advocate for at the policy level. One of the things that, and maybe I should have mentioned, the other thing is that I've actually participated in the SDG village. Since we came from Copenhagen, we've been able to have the SDG village incorporated in the People's Dialogue Festivals for 3 years now, the 3rd year now, and I've been part of the planning team, the implementers team, and I've also sat in key panels, bringing in women politicians in some of these panels to discuss key issues. Last year we hosted, during the International Women's Day, we hosted the signature event, and it was about inclusion, and we had an array of persons with disabilities, young people and young women, just discussing how they can be incorporated better in politics. How I think we can, from this event, is that how we are seeing moving from the national talks, national dialogue, to the county level, but also with the current political situation in Kenya, how do we ensure that these dialogue talks then convert into policy changes? Because that's what's important. We can make noise all we want on the streets, at the county level, but if these things that we're making noise about are not effected as policy changes, then sometimes it's impossible to bring the change that is required or that the people require. So I'm hoping that from all these discussions, the dialogues that we are having, then these will, at the end of it, become policy changes at both the national level and also at the county level.